John, how are you doing?
Good afternoon. Very well.
Good, you can hear me there. I might just ask you first about Sam Monaghan. Did she get a knock in training? What happened there?
Look, Sam's been on a return to train. Injuries coming out of the premiership. We were hoping that she would be available for this week, but she's just not quite ready. She's here with the group and leadership role, but as you can see from the team, won't be taking part on the weekend. But we'd expect her to be fully fit for second round.
Just the connection, I just missed the start of it there. Was it in the training ground?
No, she's had an injury from at Gloucester Hartbury in the premiership. So she's been already on a return to play while she's been with us through the camps. We were hoping that she would make it for this week, but she's just not quite there. At a push, we probably could have got her on the park, but in the bigger picture, give her the extra week.
Wow. Okay, that's great. Just great to see Hannah O'Connor back in there. She didn't even make the official panel. What have you seen off her in training to get her back in the mix and to get her a start, indeed?
Oh, look, Hannah. Been a very strong player for us over a number of campaigns. Missed out on the WXV group when probably we were looking at bringing some younger players on. I mean, Hannah, played strongly in the Celtic Challenge, and showed strong leadership around that Wolfhounds team that was successful in that competition. And she's really worked hard. She came into the camp as a panelist, worked really, really hard, and through her form and through her leadership around the camp and her form, she's got a start.
Just the last one for me, just looking back on last year's match, it's kind of a bit of a mismatch in the end against 14 women that France had. Have you identified much out from that? There was 43 missed tackles I saw on that day. I mean, is that a big area of focus on of just cutting out those basic errors, missed tackles?
Oh, look, we've had a lot of focus right across our game. We're not putting all our preparations into one area or another area, but defence is a big part of will be our success. So we're bringing Declan Donnacha on board as an assistant coach with a specific responsibility in that area has been a huge boost to our preparation, and I think we'll start to see some of the benefits on Saturday.
John, I suppose just more generally then, you've been with the team for a good bit now, change of head coach obviously as well. Just, I suppose, where do you see the side are at the moment, just ahead of what's a huge campaign?
Well, a lot of, excited anticipation looking into this Six Nations. Yeah, disappointment from the results from last year. Quite a change around the coaching side of things. Has brought probably a new focus around the way we prepare and some things around our game model. I think for some of the players in the campaign last year, quite young, almost first experience of international rugby. It was a big step up for them. Some of them maybe a little found that step up difficult last year. Another 12 months later with more experience from their learnings from last year. Global XV for the Irish-based players playing in the Celtic Challenge. All these things have really, I think, helped bring the team together towards our camps. So we've had a really, really good preparation across our camps and into this week. Of course, the proof of how much progress we've made will be in the performance, but everything's looking towards the team is really well prepared and is ready for the competition on Saturday.
And just in terms of France, the France game, John, obviously it's a huge game, a huge team. We've talked a lot about that kind of gap between teams. How big, I suppose, do you see that gap is, and how close do you think you are to kind of closing it, or is that just going to be a time thing, John?
Oh, look, I mean, partly it's time, but in the environment we're in, you need to make strides quite quickly. I think that's the interesting thing is sometimes the gap looks quite big, but actually the between teams there's not a lot of difference, and you get some things right around our game, and our set piece operates really well on the weekend. We can get in good field position, and our defence is operating really well, and I think it'll be game on.
Right.
And then just finally, I know obviously there's still a chance to further chance, I should say, to qualify for the World Cup, but I know that's a key strategic aim. Just how important is that ahead of the Six Nations, John?
In terms of qualification for the World Cup, look massively. The sooner we can qualify for the World Cup, it makes a lot of things for us going forward a lot easier in terms of our planning and our campaigns. But this week here in preparation for this game, we're not talking about qualifying for the World Cup. We're fully focused on our performance this week. Really get our Six Nations campaign off on the front foot with a strong performance against a good French team.
Well done. Very good.
Have you set a target, John? Have you talked to the team about what the kind of target is going in, or?
The overall target that we discussed at the start of the camps, and I think that had been discussed in previous media conferences, is to qualify for the Rugby World Cup, and the first opportunity we get from where we are now to qualify for the World Cup is how well we finish in the Six Nations. So that would be a target, yes.
Thanks so much, John. Good luck. Thank you.
Hey, Gavin, do you want to hop in there?
Sure, yeah, thanks, Lisa. John, you mentioned this set piece and how important that's going to be. What are the other areas of focus been as you've prepared for this tournament, just as a group of forwards, as a pack? What are you guys working on specifically?
Well, there's but both sides of the ball. Running international rugby, the set piece is critical, and the quality of ball that we can secure, but also the pressure we can put the opposition under, so that they don't quite get the quality of ball, or we can win turnovers from them. So that's probably a foundation of the game. But then you go beyond that. How we operate around the contact zone, both sides of the ball. Also looking for quick ball to enable ourselves to play on top when we get some momentum, but also on the other side of the ball to be able to maybe disrupt or slow down the opposition ball to allow us to get on the front foot with our defence.
Yep.
Just because this is a group coming in off the back of victories, and I know that was an important thing for players, just to be coming in off the back of wins. Like, do you feel as though it's been a more receptive camp, in the sense that, like, maybe there's a bit of a feel-good factor restored to this team? They're going into this championship with a spring in their step rather than a weight on their shoulders, if that makes sense.
Well, certainly, yeah. The winning in Dubai in the WXV3 was good for the group to give them some confidence. But it wasn't just that. I think the opportunity to spend, for the group, the majority of whom are here, to spend 3 weeks together. We did a lot of good work around the whole team environment during that time, without the distraction of being at home and people in and out of camps. But being pretty well in a hotel for 3 weeks was a great benefit for us, and that's carried on. We can't just assume that's here. We've worked hard around those other areas of performance coming into this tournament. Looking at our own confidence and how our players can bring confidence to performance, but also recognising that we're up against a big challenge in this competition as well, and how we deal with that in these big games that are coming up. That not everything in the game is going to go our way, but how we deal with that, and how we work hard together to get the results we want.